Hello, my sweet baby bats. It's my face again. Today we're going to be doing a BJD tag that I created a couple years back. I have deleted my videos for the past, I think, couple of years. So at the end of this video, I will be posting the original one that I did for this tag. Today we're going to be doing the spooky season tag. In that video that you'll see at the end, I already explained it, but I'll do it really quickly. I really wanted to find a tag for the spooky season because, I'm a spooky girl year round. That wasn't something that you can only do once, so I did create this tag here. It's very similar to the end of the year tag, so when it comes around to doing that one, there might be some repeats here or there, but if I had to choose to do just one, it would honestly be the spooky season tag because, come on, spooky season. But without further ado, I have my notes. Let's get into my spooky season tag that I believe I created in 2023 or 4. 3? I don't know. I don't remember. But the first question is costume. What costume do I have planned for one of my beautiful babies down here, or just in general? I actually don't have one planned. That year that I made this, I was planning to do a devil costume for Kai. I have yet to do that. Yeah. I'm somebody who starts projects and never finishes them. So in my defense, I started on doing the wings for him, realized that I didn't have a hot glue gun, and then never picked it up again. So I might actually do it sewn because my sewing skills are actually a lot better than I realized. So maybe I'll sew them. Maybe I will sew them so I can finish his up. But the plan I had for Kai is to be a little devil, and the plan I have for Cole, who's hiding here, is actually to be a werewolf. So I don't have an idea of how I would go about his werewolf skin. I have these two Lego figures because we also collect Lego here, but the reason I have them as a devil and a werewolf is because they're Lego forms that I have that I do for the Halloween season. This city here, I'll like put different characters. Let me see. I don't have them up there right now, but I'll put little characters up there, and for Halloween I have them dressed as that. So for their doll form, that's kind of like where I'm going for it. I have not done anything to plan for it, but those are the plans. In a perfect world, they would be a devil and a werewolf. Okay, so my phone decided it wanted to update. I was in the middle of saying something and I don't remember what that is. So we're gonna just start over from Candy. What is something sweet that has happened in the hobby this year? And I have to say, coming up with the idea that this guy is Zane, we've had him since 2020. Was it 2022 or 3 that I started the hobby? It might have been 3. Oh, might have been 2023. So we had him since the October, the fall season of 2023, and we haven't really done anything with him. I tried to get Steven to get some ideas for a character, and I wanted it to just be him doing that and not me like say, oh, maybe this would be a good idea. It's just all Steven, right? But I can tell that he wasn't really invested in it. But by the time we realized that he could be Zane, everything kind of just fell into place. So I think that was something really sweet that happened this year, because it I think also really jump started us and myself getting back into the hobby, having a character that we like fit. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't drawn, he was just gathering dust. I wasn't really drawn to him in any way, shape, or form. And at the end of the day, like, if Steven ends up not doing anything with him, I have somewhere to jump off from. I'm like, cool, I have somewhere to go with it, right? So that was pretty sweet. The next question is scary. What is something scary or bad that has happened in the hobby this year? Being back, honestly. I mean, not bad per se, but scary. It's been really hard for me to come back to the channel and like pick up where I left off, because there have been so many I plan to do this and I plan to do that and not following through with it, and feeling guilty that I didn't have an excuse, like a proper excuse for it, other than it's just been really hard for me coming back. So like that's been really scary for me, is coming back into making these videos. I am enjoying myself. I'm having so much fun. It's kind of this force in a way, like I'm forcing myself, because again, I have not gotten back into the hobby full force. But yeah, it's a little scary for me coming back here. I'm doing my best. I am having fun with it either way, and I love it. Next question is, friends, do you have a doll inspired by someone? I know this is kind of a weird question. The way that I set these questions up is like based off of what I see Halloween as. Halloween has costumes, they have candy, they have scary, they have friends, they have etc, right? So I know this is a really weird question, and I don't think I have an answer on my part, but that's the question. Do I have one inspired by a friend? No, I'm not gonna. Last year I brought up the little devil one that I bought, but oh, okay. So I guess it doesn't count per se, but we do have 2 dolls coming in, and both of them are very much, they're self-inserts. I'm just gonna be 100% honest right now. They're self-inserts of myself and Steven in either the story with the boys or the story of Julian and Salem. They're obviously going to be like an alternate version of us, but very much based on ourselves. So yeah, we do have a self-insert, not here yet, but I will definitely show you guys our self-inserts when the time comes. Okay, the next question is, party. What are your plans you have for the dolls for the spooky season? I know the spooky season is over. However, the plans I had for them weren't really spooky based, but they're just getting back into the hobby. Getting back into enjoying it, getting their wardrobe set up, what I would love. So I'll insert it here now, but like don't hold on to it too much because it's not really important, but also whatever, I'm rambling. I do want to at some point make dioramas for them, but the biggest thing I want to do is build a wardrobe where I can put their clothes into it. So I want to get to the point where I have a bunch of clothes for them and that I can do that. I did buy at some point these little like plastic baggies where I put each outfit in them, and then I would like sift through them and take them out. They worked at first, but when I started getting more dolls and started like mix matching a lot more, these became useless. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I still have them, but this was their wardrobe at the beginning, and now I need something where I can like actually look at the different pieces. So that is the plans that I have. I don't know at what point I'm going to start doing those. It has to be sometime soon because like I keep putting all these projects off. And the last question is code orange. What is something orange or just spooky in general that you got for your dolls this year? I am so happy that I found these. I talked about these in a couple videos back, but they're little jack-o'-lantern pails. Buckets. They're jack-o'-lantern little buckets, right? Got them at the thrift store. I've been dying to find something this size. I looked the last 2 years at the like Walmart and Target and everything, and they had small buckets like the jack-o'-lantern and cauldron buckets, but they were still pretty big. Like they were about that big opening wise, and like it was pretty big, and I couldn't find these, and I remember these were everywhere when I was growing up, and I'm like, why can't I find these anywhere? Finally found them. Still, I looked at the stores even this year, couldn't find them. It was only the thrift store that I found these, but they work so well. They're a bit big, but like they still work really well for these guys. So I have quite a bit. I ended up buying 2 packs of these, so I probably have like 8 to 12 of these little guys hanging around with different faces and what have you, and I'm so glad. They're like tea light sizes, you know? The other ones were kind of like a little bowl size, like for ice cream. It could fit a bowl of ice cream in there, and this is like tea light size. So I'm so happy with that. Oh my gosh, you guys don't even know. I talk about it time and time again. I would love to make some dioramas. It's hard for me because ADHD tendencies, plus I haven't found the room to do my crafts per se. It's not gonna happen until I last minute want to do something. Like, it'll be a last minute thing that I want to do for a video, and that's how I end up doing it. That's how I do any of my projects, is anything last minute. So I would love to do dioramas, and with that, these would be so perfect to put around those dioramas. But that's all I have for you guys for the spooky BJD tag. If you guys want to do this, I tag you to do so. I love the spooky season. Halloween has been my favorite holiday and will always be my favorite holiday, and doing this, like, again, I'm gonna say it time and time again just so that it kind of the idea solidifies in people's minds, to be a little bit easy on me here if things feel off. I am not fully back into the hobby yet. I'm slowly trying to put myself back into the hobby, and doing this tag just was so fun and put me back into the time where we used to have a lot of fun here on the channel. So I'm so glad that I took the time to do this. I will be putting the first time I made this tag at the end of this so you can see what we talked about then. I am also going to be making another video, which is going to be the end of the summer BJD tag. That's going to either be before or after this, probably before. If you've seen that, then I put the year before at the end as well. So slowly re-uploading those videos by putting it at the end of what I'm doing, if that makes sense, so you guys can enjoy lots and lots of this beautiful face. But with that, I will see you guys next time. I hope you blossom in all of your endeavors, and until next time, bye. Hello my spooky babes, and welcome to the pumpkin patch. My name is Faelypsycho, and today I don't know how I'm gonna explain this video, so let's just get on with it. But go ahead and grab something cozy to sip on, and let's have ourselves a little chit chat. Okay, I want to do a BJD tag, which I kind of made by myself. It was definitely inspired by some of the other BJD tags out there from way back in the day, but I kind of changed it up for like the Halloween. Some of those tags there's like a Halloween tag that was going around back in the day, and there's also the end of the year tag that has been going around. It's kind of inspired by those. It took like both the ideas, but I made my own questions. I really wanted something that I can do every year and not something that was just a one time. I felt like with the Halloween tag that was going around, it was something that you can only really do once ever, because it's like, what's your favorite candy, or, you know, such and such whatever, and it's like, I mean, I guess your favorite candy can change, but for the most part, it was a very one-time answer kind of tag. But I wanted to do something that you can do every year. So this year, I came up with my own questions, and they do have little themes, I guess. So the first question is costume. What is an outfit or a costume that you're looking forward to getting for one of your dolls? Can I even do this correctly the first time? Like, come on. Actually, you know what? Better yet, I'm gonna go through all the questions first, because I'm just going to, and then we'll do it one by one. The first one is costume. What outfit or costume do you have planned for one of your dollies? Question number 2. Candy. What is something sweet that has happened to you in the doll community this year? Number 3. Scary. What's something scary that happened to you, or bad, that happened to you in the BJD community? 4. Friends. Do you have a doll inspired by a friend? 5. Party. What are your dolly's plans for this month? And 6, code orange. What is something orange that you bought this year? So these are based off of what I think Halloween is. Halloween for me has always been a really good time. Way back in the day when I was just a young laddie, my mom would have Halloween parties, and then when she stopped doing Halloween parties, I took them over, and then when I stopped doing Halloween parties, I was still going out with my friends and having fun. So to me, it's about the candy, it's about the scary, it's about spending time with your friends, going to parties, having fun, just it's just such a good feeling holiday for me. It's way better than Christmas in my opinion, because my Christmas in my childhood was very negative with the family that we would always go to. So Halloween is like my Christmas for other people. And I'm just super excited for this tag. So let's start off with the first question, and I'm going to be looking down at my notes because I didn't review these earlier. But the first one is, what costume or outfit do I have planned for one of my dolls? I actually want to get, for Kai, I want to get him a little devil outfit, but not like a devil outfit. Oh, I don't have him. Dang it. I have a little minifigure, a Lego minifigure, and he is wearing a red hoodie, some red, like, what are they, athletic pants, some red Converse, and then, of course, your devil wings and tail. And that's what makes up the devil costume for that minifigure, at least how I made it. So I kind of want to do the same thing. I have a red hoodie for him coming in soon, and actually I think I have red track pants coming in for him soon. I didn't plan that, but now that I think about it, that's perfect because it can go with his costume. But I definitely want to recreate, I need to learn how to speak. I want to recreate that devil costume for him so he can match with his little minifigure. I really like doing that with my dolls, especially with Cole and Kai. It's really fun for me, especially because they are Lego people. It's really fun for me to recreate the Lego and doll. It's really fun for me. I'm repeating myself, but that is the costume that I have planned for him. Next question. 2, candy. What's something sweet that has happened in the doll community this year for me? Which is inspired by the end of the year. What's the end of the year tag? That's what I mean by some of this is inspired by that. Something sweet that's happened to me, let's see, or something really good. Honestly, I have to say selling Salem. I did sell Salem. We'll talk about that in another chat. I'm not used to wearing bras. Ugh. We'll talk about that in another chat, but I sold her. And I'm so glad I was able to sell her for the price that I wanted her to be going for. And also that she's gone to somebody else because I don't have to deal with her. I kept her clothes because Salem is still going to be a character that we will reshell. But for now, that doll, the little teeny fox doll, it's out. It's away. It's out of my space. It's somebody else's problem. I am so glad she's no longer with us. But I'm glad about that because that money that came in from her, I was able to buy some clothes for Kai. So that's one of the things during my confessions as a new BJD owner or collector. I was saying that I kind of regret buying her because I could have saved that money and buy clothes for Kai. But it was really nice for me to be able to sell her, keep her clothes because I definitely really like that character I made. I don't regret buying her because if I didn't buy her, I wouldn't have that character and that story and vampire and, stuff like that. So going back to what I was saying, I kept her clothes, I was able to sell her, and I was able to buy clothes for Kai. So it doesn't feel like a total loss. So that's something really good that happened. I feel like that's my good thing that happened this year because it is something that's a part of the BJD hobby is reselling your stuff and recycling that money that comes in from that sale to something else, if that makes sense. And I experienced that and realized it's not going to be that hard to be able to do. and it's really cool. So that's something sweet that's happened to me. What's something scary? So question number 3, scary. What is something scary that's happened in my collecting hobby? Well, I have to say it was restringing this baby right here. This baby has been a real big trouble for me because of his eye, and because of having to restring him. He's not quite done, I guess. Like, he was perfectly fine. I just moved him slightly to show you that he keeps bending over. But he was perfectly fine when I first restrung him. But not even a week later, he's back to being like flimsy and not being able to stay in his positions. Restringing him was really scary because in my lifetime, I've restrung 3 different dolls. So I pretty much have an idea of what I'm doing. If you saw the video of me trying to restring Kai, like, I didn't know what I was doing, kind of, but I still was able to figure it out. The way his body is way different than any of the dolls that I have restrung. So it was kind of scary because I thought I wasn't going to be able to fix him. Like, I knew I was at some point, but I thought I was going to have to put him aside until my dad or Steven can come because I couldn't pull the string all the way up, and it was just really crazy. So that was kind of scary. I did end up being able to restring him properly, but he's back to his troublesome. He's definitely the problem child. But that was something scary that happened because I honestly thought I fucked him up, but he's fine. Question number 4. Friends. Are any of my dolls inspired by my friends? No, because I have Kai, who's inspired by a character. Avison is inspired by a character. Jay. Oh, you know what? Okay, I do have an answer for this one. DX Girly. I can't say we're friends because we've never talked before, but she's somebody that I watch on YouTube and follow on Instagram. DX Girly, she definitely inspired Kai in a way, but she 100% inspired Cole, which we'll talk about in another chit chat. But I was watching her end of the year, I think it was 2021 end of the year BJD tag, and she showed one of her little baby boys that she had, and when I saw him, I was like, holy fuck, that's Kai, that's Cole. I was like, that's Cole. Like, I was not looking for Cole, I was just watching the video, and I'm like, fuck, man, that's Cole. He's not the one we ended up going with. We decided to go with somebody else, which we'll talk about all of that in another chat. But she definitely inspired him, because if I did not see that doll, if I did not see that video, I passed up. I've seen the doll before. It is a doll leaves Jeremy, and I've seen that doll before, but I've always passed on it because it's an ugly fucking doll in the company face up and promotional pictures. But when I saw her little baby boy, I was like, oh my god, that's fucking Cole. Like, so she definitely inspired him. Again, we'll talk about that in another chat. And to be clear, I'm not going to be getting the doll leaves Jeremy. It actually ended up being another one, but she very much inspired him. Like, very, very much inspired him. Alright. Question number 5, party. What are my plans for my BJDs this month? So, my plans for this month, let's focus on this month because that's what the question's saying. I have a little hanging thing and it's bothering me. For this month, I definitely want to focus on Kai. He's getting his face up done, and should be here on time. And I ordered a package that definitely will be here in October. I don't know if it's going to be mid-October or late October. So getting him set up, getting him his clothes, taking pictures of him, getting his hair done, because Julian took his wig and kind of fucked it up but it's fine because I think if Kai was wearing it, he would fuck it up just as much. So that taught me that I'm gonna have to definitely find another wig for him. So just focusing on Kai and getting him all set up is definitely my goal for this month. I can't wait for him to come. I'm so excited. Last question, and that's code orange, which is kind of a weird one, I know, because people probably don't buy a lot of orange things, but that's okay. Something that I bought this year that was orange, and that will be, oh man, Skelly has it. I have a little pumpkin. I'll show a picture. I should still have a picture of Salem holding it, but I bought this little pumpkin for Salem, but it didn't work out, so there we go. That was my orange thing that I bought this year. So that was my BJD Halloween tag. I guess I should name it, shouldn't I? BJD Spooky Season tag? Maybe we'll do that because that sounds a little bit more flowy. So it'll be the BJD Spooky Season tag. So I am going to tag all of my BJD friends. If you have BJDs, please, please, please do this tag. I would love to see it. I know it's kind of ballsy for a nobody to make a tag like that and also mix it with another video, but still, I thought it was going to be really fun to do. The spooky season is definitely me. It's definitely what I love to do, and I really wanted to see more spooky Halloween tags, so there you go. I just made my own. Go ahead and let me know in the comments below if you end up doing this tag so I can take a look. And with that, I hope you blossom all of your endeavors, and until next time, bye!